Welcome to e-learning course on Applied Thermodynamics, Module 1 Air Standard Cycles and IC Engine, Session 12 Performance Measurement of Internal Combustion Engine. Myself, Ramesh Beer, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Jain Institute of Technology, Davangere. During this session, we will come across measurement of different performance parameters of internal combustion engine. Moving further, we will see one by one. The first one is speed measurement. There are different speed measuring devices are available. They are mechanical tachometer, electrical tachometer and a revolution counter. A mechanical or an electrical tachometer is used for measuring the speed, but both types of tachometers are affected by temperature variations and are not very accurate. For accurate and continuous measurement of speed, the best method of measuring speed is to count the number of revolutions in a given time. This gives an accurate measurement of method. Due to this reason, a revolution counter is the best measuring device which is available for accurate measurement of speed. Figure shows a arrangement of revolution counter used for measuring the speed. A engine is coupled with a tooth wheel dynamometer with a coupling. A tooth wheel dynamometer will have two wheels. One is a single tooth wheel and the another one is multiple tooth wheel. For accurate and continuous measurement of speed, a magnetic pickup is placed near the toothed wheel coupled to the engine shaft. This magnetic pickup will produce a pulse for every revolutions of the engine shaft, and a pulse counter will accurately measure the speed. This is how the speed measurement is done with the help of a revolution counter. Next we see fuel consumption measurement. Fuel consumption of internal IC, that is internal combustion engines, can be found by knowing volume and mass of fuel supplied in specific time interval and are classified as follows. The first classification is according to volumetric type, where we have four different types: burette method, automatic burette flow meter, 4 piston flow meter and turbine flow meter. The second classification is according to gravimetric type, which is based on mass. We have three types here: AVL fuel consumption meter, 4 orifice flow meter, flow torque meter. We make use of a simple burette arrangement to learn how fuel consumption is measured. Figure shows the simple arrangement of burette method of fuel consumption measurement. The simplest method of measuring volumetric fuel consumption is to use a glass having bulbs of known volume and having mark on each side of the bulb. Time taken by the engine to consume this volume of fuel is measured by a stopwatch. and volume is divided by time will give the volumetric flow rate that you can observe in the expression. That is, volumetric flow rate is equal to volume of fuel used over time, and symbolically we can write it as Vf over T, and volume flow rate is measured in the form of meter cube per second. And this can also be written based on mass, that is fuel consumption is given by volume flow rate, that is taken as xcc multiplied with specific gravity of the fuel over 1000 multiplied with time will give fuel consumption rate in the form of kg per hour. And this is how a fuel consumption measurement is made based on a simple burette method. Next is air consumption measurement. For this, a airtight chamber with sharp edged orifice is used. The orifice is situated away from the suction of the engine. A rubber diaphragm is provided in the airtight chamber to reduce the pressure fluctuations. There is a pressure depreciation due to suction of the engine, which causes the flow of air through the orifice. The pressure difference which causes the flow through the orifice is measured with the help of a manometer fitted in the air box. For obtaining steady flow, the volume of the chamber should be sufficiently large as compared with the shaft volume of the cylinder. So, now we will measure air flow rate taking place through the air box, that is, head of air causing flow is given by rho g h of air is equal to rho g h of water, and water is a manometric fluid used in the manometer, and due to difference in pressure which causes air to flow through the orifice will be equal to the variations in the levels of water in the manometer. So, based on that we have written this expression. Further, we can write this one as rho A H A, which is equal to rho W H W, and G value remains same and it get cancelled, and we can write this expression in the form of H A, that is head of air is equal to rho of water, head of water over rho of air. So, rho represents density and H represents head, A represents air and W represents water. Next, velocity of air passing through orifice can be written as V is equal to root of 2gh of air, and it is measured in terms of meter per second. And volume flow rate of air through orifice is given by coefficient of discharge of the orifice multiplied with velocity of air passing through the orifice multiplied with area of the orifice A naught. And this is the expression which is used to find out the volume flow rate of air through the orifice. Further, we can substitute for velocity of air from the expression here, that is velocity is given by root 2gha here, and volume flow rate is measured in terms of meter cube per second, and this is the expression which is used to find out the volume flow rate. So, next is mass of air passing through the orifice and is given by volume into density. Here volume means it is volume flow rate. Okay. So, this is based on the definition of density. So, density means it is mass per volume. So, here we are finding the mass flow rate. So we will take volume flow rate. So based on that, mass flow rate of air can be written as volume flow rate into density, and it is written for air. So we will get MA which is equal to VA rho A. Now we are going to substitute for rho A with the help of perfect gas equation, that is PA can be written as rho A RA TA. So this is based on the perfect gas equation, that is PV is equal to mRT. So you can write PV over m, which is equal to RT. So volume over m means it is rho. So from there we will get P is equal to rho RT, and it is written for air. Therefore, finally, we can rearrange the term in the form of density, which is equal to P over R T, and it is in the form of kg per meter cube. So now we are going to substitute for volume flow rate from this expression and density from this expression for mass flow rate, and the final expression what we will get here is, that is mass flow rate MA is equal to coefficient of discharge multiplied by area of the orifice multiplied by velocity flowing through the orifice, that is root 2 G H A multiplied by, that is PA over RA TA for density here, and the expression is will be in the form of kg per second, and this is a mass flow rate which is measured using a air box. Moving on to next one, that is torque and brake power measurement. So generally dynamometers are used to measure the torque, in turn we will get brake power. So measurement of BP is one of the important parameter of an engine. It involves the determination of the torque and angular speed of the engine output shaft. This torque measuring device is called as dynamometer, and dynamometers are generally classified as absorption dynamometer and transmission dynamometers. Absorption dynamometers we have rope brake, Prony brake, hydraulic and eddy current. Now we see the principle of absorption dynamometer with the help of a rope brake dynamometer. Figure shows the rope brake dynamometer. It consists of a rope wound around the rotating drum attached to the output shaft. One side of the rope is connected to a spring balance and the other side to a loading device. The power developed by the engine is absorbed in friction between the rope and the drum. Due to generation of heat because of friction, the drum therefore gets heated up and requires cooling arrangement as shown in this diagram. A cooling arrangement is provided to maintain or to reduce the temperatures at the required condition. A rope brake dynamometer is a simple device used to measure output of the engine. It is a cheap and easily constructed but not very accurate. Because of changes in the friction between the rope and the drum, the coefficient of friction of the rope will change with respect to temperature, and there is a variations in the temperature because of friction between the rope and the drum. And the expression used here to determine brake power for a rope brake dynamometer is Bp is equal to pi d n multiplied with W minus S, and it will be in the form of kilowatt, where N represents speed of the engine in revolutions per minute, D represents diameter of the brake drum in terms of meter, W represents load on the engine here in terms of kilonewton, and S represents spring balance acting in the opposite to the load in terms of kilonewton. The next is Prony brake, the second form of absorption type of dynamometer. The Prony brake works on the principle of converting power into heat by dry friction between the brake spring and